So this desire to reduce violence is also a goal of Moms Demand Action, a national grassroots volunteer network that works tirelessly to end gun violence. Here to tell us more about the work she does is a great friend and dedicated activist, Kay Baldino.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored to be here with all of these other great organizations. For those of you who don't know, Moms Demand Action is a grassroots movement. It's a 100% volunteer organization of all kinds of Americans who are fighting for public safety measures that can protect people from gun violence. Gun violence is a very personal issue for me. I found Moms Demand Action after the mass shooting in Parkland, Florida in 2018. But my life was changed by gun violence originally in 2003 on a personal level. I met my friend Darlene at work. We immediately hit it off as a couple of extroverts, and we discovered that we had so much in common. We were both young working moms. Our babies were stair-step in ages. And later I moved into her neighborhood, and we would meet up at a neighborhood park and catch up while the kids played on the playground. She brought meals and fed my family after my youngest baby was born. And she loved to host parties. She was generous to a fault, would literally give people the shirt off of her back. But she also lived with chronic pain, and it affected her mental health. She struggled with bouts of depression as her health deteriorated. She worked really hard to heal, and her friends, I certainly was really hopeful that because she had access to mental health, access to mental health care, to medication, that she would get better. But unfortunately, red flag laws were not a thing in Illinois at the time. And one day, the first day of school in 2003, I'd actually seen her on the playground and was so thrilled to see her out and about. But she waited until she was alone and accessed a gun and ended her life. It was a difficult to see children at her funeral, for her, her other friends, for myself to question what more we could have done. What I've learned through Moms Demand Action, though, is that suicide by gun is a national problem. It is a massive problem. Nationally, nearly 2/3 of all gun deaths are suicides. That's a large number. You think about the scale of gun violence, the unique scale of gun violence in the United States compared to other countries. And 2/3 of those deaths as suicide is a massive number. So I have committed myself through Moms Demand Action to honor her life through action, to work to end gun violence. I want to also call out that there's a unique opportunity in the legislature right now. So Congress is working on the Build Back Better Act, and there is a unique opportunity here because there's funding in that act to be able to actually work to support community violence intervention. So to honor Darlene's life, to honor all of the survivors of gun violence out there, I'm going to ask everybody to commit to Honor with Action and to contact your congressional representative and ask them to support the Build Back Better Act so that we can have that funding to work on gun violence prevention.
Thank you, Kay, for sharing that touching story, Darlene, and for all the work that you and Moms Demand Action are doing. It's tremendous work, and I want to thank you and everyone on this call who's involved with Moms Demand Action.